concerned with your girl, Jaylen Joanna. If you like what you see and you like what you're about to hear, please, please, please click subscribe, like, share, and of course, comment on the videos. Send us all of your questions in regards to whatever you would like us to focus on this amazing channel that we have created for you guys. This channel is for you, and here is the newest episode and the newest topic: to vaccinate or to not vaccinate. Okay. Whew. I live in New York, where 70% of the population here in New York has gotten vaccinated at least one shot. I want the world to open up again. But I understand the hesitation of like the vaccination fear and what is out there. There's a lot of misinformation. There's a lot of things in this world that'll tell you yay or nay. And now we're hearing stories of people who are vaccinated who are getting COVID. But once again, they're not being hospitalized and they're not dying. So here's my story with vaccinations. I hesitated to get the vaccine because with me personally, I just wanted to understand exactly what the risks were, what was going to happen to those people who were immediately vaccinated. Luckily, in my state, it went by, in every state, it went by age group. So it started with the oldest, the most at risk, and then it went on down. So when I was able to get vaccinated, I had to think about it and to understand that this world is not just about me, it's about us. Life is not as serious as we make it out to be. You're born, you die, everything in between is just a bunch of choices. And these choices will lead you towards happiness, sadness, misery, depression, glee, anxiety, all different types of things. But you can't take any of it with you. The only things that you can take with you are your memories. That's how I live my life. All of the things that surround me, I understand that I can't take them with me. All of the things that I may acquire, I can't take them with me. The only thing I can take with me is the love and the joy that we have. A lot of my love and joy is based on friendships, my family, seeing my mother, hugging my family, spending time with friends, being in relationships, so on and so forth. And I knew that the only way that that was going to happen quicker than not was for me to be a part of the solution and not the problem. Not saying that people who don't get vaccinated are a part of the problem, but they're not a part of the solution. The solution is for a large percentage, 70% of the entire United States, to be vaccinated. I wanted to be a part of the solution. Not saying, once again, that people who are not getting vaccinated are a part of the problem, but they are not a part of the solution. So if you're not a part of the solution, then what are you? But I have many friends who have not been vaccinated. I don't hold it against them. My choice was to get vaccinated because I wanted to get back to a sense of normalcy. I'm not sitting here trying to implore people to get vaccinated. That's not my job. That is the job of politicians and people who are out there in the streets, really looking to meet their goals and quotas to ensure that the world can open back up again and not close back down, and so on and so forth. And then you're also hearing stories of people that are getting COVID who are vaccinated. But you have to understand, the flu shot, same thing. Just because you get the flu shot doesn't mean that you're not going to get the flu. Oh, if you hear that snoring, that's Otto. He's snoring. He's sleeping right next to me. Just because you get the flu shot doesn't mean that you're not going to get the flu. It just means that you're not going to get as sick as if you were to have not gotten it. So I'm going to tell you about my experiences of getting vaccinated. When I first got my first shot, it was in April, and I did it April of this year in order to be able to see my mother and to see my aunt again. My aunt is 72, my mother is 63, so we hadn't seen each other until the beginning of the pandemic, and it was my choice that I wanted to see my mother for Mother's Day, and I wanted to go down to Florida and spend some time with my aunt, knowing that I was going to Florida where they have a large percentage of the population that aren't vaccinated. I wanted to ensure that I was safe and, prepared. So what I did was I went and got my first shot. So they put the shot in the arm. There was pretty much no line. There weren't a lot of people there. I had to make my appointment online. And she stuck the shot in. It didn't hurt. There was no pain at all. And then that night, my arm under my breast started, like, it went under my breast and started to get like really sore. So I couldn't really move my arm the way that I normally moved it. But it wasn't anything that I couldn't deal with. The next day, because I got it on a Friday, the next day, Saturday, I woke up and there was such a pain like under my breast that it was really like hard to move my arm. I think like the shot, because it's intramuscular, and I've done intramuscular shots before, but this one, it just like penetrated into the muscle, and I guess like the pain receptors, like they were just having a field day with it. But once again, it wasn't anything that I couldn't deal with, because the idea of seeing my mother was much more important to me than not. I had no fever, no side effects other than the pain, and I was just like exhausted from the pain. My mom, I got on FaceTime with her and I was like, hey, I did the first shot. And she was like, oh, that's so good. So she was like, oh, just move your arm like this and do whatever. And if you exercise it, the pain will go away. And then I put a little bit of ice on it. And the next day on Sunday, I was fine. I was expecting like all of these different side effects and so on and so forth that I heard about what other people had gotten. And that was kind of scary to me, but I woke up on Sunday and I was fine. I got the Moderna shot, so of course I had to go in for another one. I wasn't really looking forward to it. It was 4 weeks later, and when I went to get the second one, I was just like, oh, here we go again. I'm going to have this pain again. And I had no pain at all, no side effects, nothing at all. Click, clap, done. Now, I did my part. I did my part, and I wanted to be a part of the solution. I wanted to be able to go to clubs again. I wanted to be able to go to dinners again. I wanted to be able to not mask outside. I wanted to be able to walk my dog outside and not have any problems. And I can do that now. Now, there are certain instances where I will wear my mask when I'm in large, like when I'm in stores that require a mask. But here in New York, you're not required inside or outside to wear a mask if you've been vaccinated, and I got my vaccination card. So, but I still do it because I don't know what's going on with other people. And with all of the other new variants, I don't want to be exposed to the variant. But in my heart of hearts, I know that if I was to get the variant or was to get COVID, that I would not be hospitalized and I would not, die from it, because I took the time to get the vaccine. I mean, when you get a dog, take them in for their vaccinations. When you have a baby and they're born, they get vaccinated to protect them. COVID is something that is brand new. It's different. I know that a lot of people are very fearful because the vaccination was, it seemed to have been rushed. But if you really look at all of the medical reports and things of that nature, this is something that has been in the works for years, because they've actually been in the know about COVID for a lot longer than, we think. We don't know everything that goes on in this world. We don't know everything that goes on with politics, politicians, the medical researchers, so on and so forth. They're not just going to rush a vaccination after several months and just like start giving it to people the way that we think. This is something that has been in the works for years. At the end of the day, I didn't want to let fear overtake my hope for a solution. So, because I believe that fear is the killer of dreams. And I had a dream that I wanted to live my life normally again. Lockdown was hell for me. And I was not a happy camper those first couple of months. I mean, I got through it, but I didn't want to go through it again. And I don't want to go through it again. And for certain states where the percentage of vaccinations are low. And I just don't understand. I have a hard time understanding how people don't want to be a part of the solution. Not saying, once again, that not getting the vaccine is being a part of the problem, but I, as a human being, knowing that we are all in this world together, don't understand the narcissism that can take over a person to where they don't want to be a part of the greater solution or the greater good. I'm not saying that people who don't want to get vaccinated are bad or less than or, narcissistic, but there are narcissistic tendencies that will allow people to say, well, I don't care, and if blah, 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 who gives a damn about the next? And as you've seen in the news, there are a lot of people who are anti-vaxxers or anti-COVID believers who have died from this thing for no reason at all. And 99% of the people that are being hospitalized now are unvaccinated. So if that doesn't tell you anything, I mean, what will? I'm here to set the record straight about what my experience was with the vaccine. I'm here to let everyone know that it's not as bad as you think it could be. Some people have had worse reactions to it. Some people have had less than I have. The pain was annoying, but I got through it, and I'm glad that I did it. So for anyone out there who is scared of the vaccines, just think about being a part of the solution. That's what this video is about. So I really want to thank you all for taking the time to listen and to join me here. And I look forward to seeing you all soon. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.